Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick look at this knife here. I got off the forums. It is a Boker Plus. Let's see if I can get out of here. I love the Boker boxes. This is the Boker Plus War Toad. Pretty interesting looking, don't you think? Kind of different from what I usually have. And that's why I got it. It was just really cool looking, and it was such a good deal. I had to get it. So, let's get on into this. It's got a, let's check it out just to be sure. Right at a 2-inch 440C stainless blade. It's got numerous grinds on this thing. This thing is super sharp. It's only one side on that blade here on the edge, and as you can see, look at that, this is a friction folder. This is my first friction folder. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I really, like the cold steel locks and all these really hardcore lockups, and so that was the one thing I was worried about. Let me tell you, this is really cool. Once you get used to the idea that you're kind of in charge of your own safety here, it's really not a bad deal here. So I went into the weight room, testing room / media room, and I tested this. I took a little 550 cord and ran it through here, and then I hung it on some weights, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't lift as much as this thing could hold as far as my grip, and it's really secure. I would say just as secure as you would need it to be. And it's hard to nail down because of the horrible cutting pain that the grip was causing for lifting these weights. But I was able to, drag some substantial weight around with this thing. The thing is, you got the grip here, so if you're using it like this as some kind of a slicer or whatever you're going to do with this, or a chopper, you just might as well figure it's not coming out of your hand. This thing's not going to close on you. You're going to know before it does, because that's going to be a ton of pressure. You're going to be really putting a ton of pressure on the back of this spine, and you'll realize, hey, I'm making a horrible error. So it's not going to come up and bump something and slip out, because let's just say it does. Let's just say you're coming up and you're not paying attention, you grab something and this part slips out. Well, then it's got to get past your finger here. So you got to get past the whole idea that, oh no, I made a mistake. Oh no, now this thumb slipped, and now it's going to squeeze on your finger before it does any kind of cutting. I'm pressing on that pretty hard to the point where, you can see how much pressing I did on this. So if you're afraid of a friction folder for that reason, don't be. This thing is really cool. It really opens up the idea of friction folders for me. So you got G10 scales here, titanium backspacer, titanium side scale here. Unfortunately, it's only right hand clip, tip up clip, but that's really not going to matter too bad. There's no lock, so left-handed is pretty much as usable as it is right-handed. And if you don't like the clip, it comes with a cool sheath that you can stick on your belt. So there you go. Let's see what else is there here. Hold on one second. I had to scare the cats away. Now this front edge is not sharpened, which makes a lot of sense, because that would make it a whole lot more dangerous. Too dangerous for me to play with, because I cut myself on butter knives frequently. Let's see here. It just feels good from this position. Like you could do some chopping with it, or even some slicing. It's super secure, it's super strong as far as just the way it feels in your hand. Even with my chunky fingers, I get some good grips here. It's a little bit awkward here, just because I can't get that second finger jammed in there, but people with non-sausage fingers shouldn't have a problem. But just a little adjustment, and I can do whatever I want with this blade. It closes up nicely. Oh, and look at this. You want to talk about like a non-lethal kind of thing? This this will mess somebody up. You pull this out of your pocket, and you don't want to stab somebody, but you want to poke somebody in the forehead a couple times. Boom. This right here. Look at that. It's like it was made for that, almost. Look at that grip. Just, hold on a second. I'm going to demonstrate this. Alright, so here we got somebody that's messing with you, and you just want to poke them in the forehead a little bit. That didn't hurt my hand whatsoever. I mean, and also, you could use this as a little pry bar tool. I mean, that's perfect. Get that in there to do a little pry bar. This thing works on so many different levels, and the blade is different, and you know, a lot of us are looking for unusual blades or just different collector's things. This thing, well, it's fun to stab too. This thing is just a cool blade. It's just a cool knife. I'm so glad I got it. It's one of those things I'm going to hold on to. It won't be given away or selling, but I highly recommend this knife. And for you guys that are afraid of friction folders, don't be. This really kind of sold it for me. Obviously it's going to have a little bit of whatever, but it's not dangerous. It's not going to be a problem as far as cutting you. You're going to put all your faith in yourself, which is kind of cool. You're not worried about, let's say, you know, how much is this liner lock going to take? I mean, I will push harder on this than I will on this liner lock, just because, not that I'm afraid that, not that this has ever failed me, but I know how much I can take over here. I know how much I can put on here and how much weight is going to happen. And besides, most of us aren't doing anything with the spine anyway. So when you're coming down like this is perfect. You got no problems at all. It's easy. It's not going to hurt your thumbs. You don't have to build up super calluses to enjoy this knife like you do some of the cold steel knives and on that triad lock, or even different knives. Even the Ganzo knives, you got to rip your thumbs off for a while. It's super easy to use. I'm not really good with my left hand, but there you go. This thing, it's for ambidextrous play, I guess. It's just one of those things that you can use with either hand. So there you go. I think I hit all the high points on this. Just a really cool blade. I think this is for opening, like a spidey hole, but it just seems like it's there for no reason, because it's a little awkward when you can use that spine grip thingy. And you can actually use the friction part of this to open that. So, I mean, just fun to play with. Just fun and useful. Like I said, you got this thing for jabbing or prying. If you get a chance to pick one of these up and you got a good deal on it, I would do it. I don't think you're going to regret it. And especially for you people who like to wear sheaths, I'll just stick this thing in my pocket. So, alright, that was just a quick thing I wanted to do on the Boker Plus War Toad. Not a bad little idea there. So, like here, subscribe over here, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts on friction folders? Do you have any? Have you thought about getting them? You got a little bit of trepidation? There you go. Go ahead. All day long. Use that one. And I will talk to y'all later.